Mr. Fritter, let me tell you something now. You scare me. Since 14, assault, trespass, deadly conduct, assault, DWI, forgery, and now a harassment and a felony assault. Look at me. I'm going to make your bond so high your head will spontaneously combust. But no one, and I mean no one, should have to live with that kind of fear.
All right, folks, strap in, because today we're diving into one of the most unforgettable courtroom showdowns you'll ever see. Judge Fleur, known for his no-nonsense, straight-to-the-point approach, faces off with a defendant who seems to thrive on chaos. This guy? He's been making bad choices since he was 14. His record is a greatest hits collection of trouble, assaulting his girlfriend, stalking, and dabbling in petty crime. If reckless decisions were a sport, he'd be taking home the gold. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't one of those, maybe he'll turn his life around kind of moments. Not today. From the moment Judge Fleur steps in, it's clear. He's not just here to hand down a sentence. He's here to set an example. With sharp focus, Judge Fleur tears through every excuse the defendant throws out. No sugarcoating, no soft landings. Just pure accountability. The courtroom goes silent as Fleur lays down the truth with surgical precision. And now everyone's asking the same question. Will this be the moment where the punishment finally fits the crime? Because this isn't just about one man's bad choices. It's about drawing a line. It's about real justice.
Canon will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On or about September 19, 2024, an officer conducted a follow-up in regards to an assault on a family case. Upon further investigation, the officer made contact with the complaining witness, who reported that the defendant had been harassing her since September 18, 2024, by sending her videos, voicemails, and text messages containing horrible remarks, approximately 50 to 60 messages in total. In the voicemails, the defendant curses at her, asking, "Where are you? Why the fuck aren't you at work?" and calling her various names. Additionally, the complainant showed the officer text messages of the defendant telling the complaining witness, "Kill yourself and I want to watch you suffocate, and your family hates you." The complaining witness indicated that the continual harassment is making her fear him even more. Complaining witness was able to give officers the defendant's identifying information and positively identify the defendant as a person who has been harassing her.
I see that he has also picked up a felony assault against this complaining witness as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happened in that one? And I'm assuming it's the same date as this one, so I'm assuming it's out of the same transaction.
I'm not sure. So it says that I don't believe so. It says that on September 18th in Harris County, officers were dispatched to an assault. The complaining witness advised that the defendant came home upset about socks not being in the closet. The defendant punched the complaining witness with a closed fist on her foot twice on her right thigh and twice on her left thigh, causing pain. The complaining witness advised that the defendant grabbed her by the arm and forcibly shoved her out of the house, throwing her on the porch. She advised that she felt pain, and she advised that this has been an ongoing issue for the past 2 years. The officers observed purple and green bruises on her arm, foot, and her legs. The bruises were green, purple, and red and of significant size.
Is there a no contact order in this case?
Judge, who's the defendant?
This is Mr. Fritter. He hasn't harassed, Mr. Fritter, let me tell you something now. You scare me. And you scare me something good. You have, since 14, assault, trespass, deadly conduct, assault, DWI, forgery, and now a harassment and a felony assault.
Judge, there has been a note filed, but there is no protective order in this case.
Is there no contact in the felony case whatsoever?
I'm checking the bond conditions. It's no threatening or harassing at this time. Would ask if that to be a no contact in this court, Judge.
I don't see that the rip has been.
Are you Miss Lisco?
Yes, sir.
That's Miss Lisco right there. Come up, ma'am. Come up. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, Mr. Fretter. I want to protect you as much as I can. No one has to have this kind of treatment whatsoever for any reason. And I will do everything in my power to protect you. All I need you to do is tell me. All I need is please give me the word. Mr. Fritter, look at me. You so much. I'm Can you imagine what life is like when someone has to walk on eggshells because they have the fear that if they make someone mad in the smallest respect of having socks not in the damn drawer, they're liable to get a beating? Can you imagine what life is like to live with that kind of fear? You're going to live it with me now, because one false move, I'm going to make your bond so high your head will spontaneously combust. But no one, and I mean no one, should have to live with that kind of fear.
This guy is absolutely despicable. Watching him in court, barely able to look Judge Fleer in the eye, tells you everything. He knows what he did, and he knows he deserves what's coming. A man who stalks, abuses, and terrorizes his girlfriend doesn't deserve sympathy. He deserves real, lasting consequences. I can't stop thinking about the bravery of the woman who testified against him. Imagine the strength it takes to sit in the same room as the person who hurt you, someone who hit you, threatened your life. That kind of trauma doesn't just fade, it lingers. It takes everything just to speak out. And for survivors of domestic violence, you know exactly how terrifying that moment is. The justice system needs to do better. We need to do better. Protecting victims should never be a footnote. It should be the priority. And men like this, they don't need another chance. They need accountability. Not just to deliver justice for the victim, but to send a message. This kind of behavior won't be tolerated, ever. And major respect to Judge Fleer. He handled this case exactly how it needed to be handled, with clarity, courage, and zero tolerance for abuse. No sugarcoating, no soft language. He called it what it is: criminal, vile, and inexcusable. This isn't just a court hearing. It's a statement, a reckoning. And now, the big moment. What is Judge Fleer going to do? Will justice finally be served? Let's find out.
You're not to have any kind of communication whatsoever. You're not supposed to have any, you will not have any threatening or harassing contact. What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think is threatening or harassing. It's what she perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. And it's enough for me to put you in jail and make your bond $150,000, maybe 50, maybe 20. But I will do, Mr. Fritter, I will do everything in my power to protect every single person of this county. And I don't care if you're kicking, screaming, crying because you go to jail and don't have anyone to bond you out. And I'm going to drug test him like crazy to make sure that he's not using alcohol or dope. In fact, I'm going to test him 2 times a week. I'm setting him now because I want to know what, if anything, is in his system, and then we'll go from there.
Judge, he will come back positive, but that's prior use from.
What were you going to test positive for, Mr. Fretter?
Marijuana.
Okay.
And ketamine, and probably some other stuff that could have been in the ketamine.
These are your bond conditions that are going to apply to you now. And if you fail to live up to these bond conditions, I'm just going to let you know. That's it. You will do You will appear to me here 2 times a week to take drug tests. And if I find anything is in your system, and I don't care what it is, I'm going to lock you up. You're ordered not to use any kind of dope or alcohol. And if you can't get this monkey off your back, because I am now giving you the opportunity to do it on your own. If you're incapable of doing it on your own, then I'm going to do it for you. Do you understand? No dope, no alcohol. And when I mean no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. No isopropyl alcohol, cakes, candies, foods, gums, energy drinks, tequila lollipops, hair dye. I've heard it all, and I don't care. You come to me test positive, you'll stay with me. I also want you 3 times a week to do anger management classes so that we can deal with the anger issues. Look at me. 3 times a week. And I want a piece of paper showing me that you've done it, the date, time, location of where you've done it, so that I can verify that you've done it. And if you don't do it, you will stay with me. You now have the opportunity to address these things on your own. If you don't, you will be doing it with me. And if I get one, and I mean one breath that she's been mistreated in any way, shape, or fashion, holy freaking moly.
After everything we just watched, did he finally turn his life around? Yeah, no surprise here, he didn't. In fact, he violated his bond conditions and landed himself right back in jail. And get this, now he's facing a $150,000 bond. Shocking? Not really. At this point, it's like he's doing everything possible to secure a permanent place behind bars. You can't keep playing games with the system and expect Judge Fleur to cut you any slack. This judge? He's not here to coddle criminals, especially not smug, self-sabotaging ones who think they're smarter than the court. Honestly, it's like this guy is allergic to making a decent life choice, and once again, I've got to give credit where it's due. Judge Fleur handled this masterfully. He cut through all the BS, saw the pattern, and served up exactly what was needed. No leniency, no loopholes. So many judges hesitate when faced with this kind of repeat offender. But not Fleur. His direct, no-nonsense approach, that's the kind of leadership our justice system needs more of.